Y'all, welcome back to the channel. This is your girl Lady Mika, and to give you a tag video, actually. Those of us who have participated in Jumpstart January, each week Cemented gave us a theme for the week, and this week's theme, since I realized the other day that I actually have made enough videos to be a part of Jumpstart January, the theme this week was Black History Month, going into, actually Black History Month starts February the 1st and goes on throughout the month. But she wanted us to all touch on something dealing with Black history. And Buzzworthy TV actually made a video where she created a tag for Black History Month. And I, as a participant of it, I'm here to do the review. Shit, I'm not here to do no damn review. I'm here to do the damn tag. It's called Black History Month. I'm going to try my best to put the questions below. Most times I forget that shit, but she didn't put them up either. But I did catch them because I watched her video. So I'm going to try to put them in there, and then, I'm going to tag anybody that wants to do it, but especially those of us who are part of Jumpstart January. Please try to get this done. It would make her very happy. She was a little disappointed when she looked up, after being out of town a few days for work, and saw that some of the hashtags were, not there, and she thought maybe we had jumped off of doing it, and we didn't. Some people had, issues that arised in the family, and some people just forgot to put the hashtag in there, but they were still making their videos. So I'm going to try to make sure I remember to do the hashtag and put these questions below in the panty section for participants of Jumpstart January to be able to do them. And let's start off with question 1, y'all. Question 1 is, besides Dr. Martin Luther King, who was the first civil rights leader you learned about in school? For me, it was Malcolm X. Next question, when it comes to civil rights, are you more like Dr. King or Malcolm X? I would say I'm more like Malcolm X now. Maybe more like Dr. King when I was younger, but as I get older, I find that, a lot of his philosophies I'm able to identify with. So I would say I was more like Malcolm X. The next question is, who is your favorite African American inventor? I have 2, actually. One is Sarah Breedlove, known to most commonly to American history as Madam C.J. Walker, the owner and proprietor of the hair care products for African American women hair. I find that she embodies a lot of the spirit that I try to have today. And doing research on her, I found out that she was actually one of the first female African American millionaires. So she's one of my favorites. And the next one would be Wally Amos, inventor of the famous Amos chocolate chip cookie. He started off pretty much like I did, young. He found out that he had a knack for cooking, and when he went to stay with his aunt in New York City, he's originally from Florida, but he moved to New York, and I think Manhattan, if I'm not mistaken. You can check Google and see. But, he perfected his craft under the wings of his auntie, who was, teaching him things. And around 1975, he was encouraged by friends to possibly open up a store and sell your product. Everybody liked his cooking and stuff, his baking. And so in 1975, he got a loan from Marvin Gaye and Helen Reddy. Helen Reddy is a singer. You can Google her as well. She's a very good singer, and she was very popular during the 70s. So the two of them together gave him $25,000 for a startup money for a shop, and he did. It was successful, and today we see Famous Amos cookies in just about every supermarket chain that there is. So he would be my second favorite African American inventor, especially since I'm into cooking as much as I am. What's the next question? Next question, who is your favorite civil rights leader to learn about in school? Again, I have two. One is, of course, Malcolm Little, aka Malcolm X. He was a prominent figure in the Nation of Islam, and he articulated concepts, guys, of racial pride and black nationalism. I'm very impressed by him because when he was let out of prison, and I think it was, and I'm a history buff, so I'm trying to go off the top of the dome. The only thing I have is the questions. These answers are coming off the dome. One of the things I liked the most about him was the fact that when he was released out of prison, because y'all know that you know the story of Malcolm X. And if you don't, Google that shit or buy the movie, because it's really good. It gives you a really in-depth shit about him. But when he got out of prison, I think it was 1952, the Nation of Islam had about 400 plus. By the time 1960 hit, under the guidance and, you know, the leadership of Malcolm X, they had over 400,000 plus members, and that's a lot that he achieved in 8 years. You understand what I'm saying? I loved his passion and the fact that he was a gifted and inspirational speaker. Malcolm basically taught blacks to shake off to cast off the shackles of racism. And he even said, you know, this is something, you know, he was about social change for the black people. And, of course, yeah, everybody knows his Cohen favorite, which is one of mine, By Any Means Necessary. By any means necessary doesn't mean go out there and bust a motherfucker head. What it means is that strive. Put some education behind yourself. Always strive to do better. And always know your rights. Know what you can and cannot do. And not, you know, do not allow the color of your skin to stop you from being able to progress in life. And do it by any means, including, you know, maybe violence sometimes. Because back in those days, as you all remember, we was right fresh off the heels of slavery, and they still was treating us like shit. So Malcolm X thing was, you gonna give me an opportunity just like you give the next person an opportunity. I'm going to uplift my people, and I'm going to teach them. Get your point across. Any means necessary. By any means necessary. The next person that I like, and I'm going to, oh no, let me stay with that one. Okay, the next person I like to read about is Huey Percy Newton, known as Huey P. Long. He's a Monroe, Louisiana native, y'all. And he also, along with Bobby Seale, founded the militant black group, the Black Panther Party. A little bit of background about him. Like I said, he was born here in Louisiana. He's from a little bitty town called Monroe, Louisiana. He actually was named after one of our better governors that we had in the past, Huey P. Long. And, you know, he was about, his thing was, Black Power movement. He wanted to uplift the black people, you know. And his group was famed because they had such a militaristic, whatever you want to call it, type of style. They were very disciplined men, but they were about equality and fairness for the black people. They actually have a goal document, and it's called, I think it's called the 10 Points document, but it includes, you know, ways of having better housing for African Americans, better jobs for African Americans, and the education of African Americans, giving us more opportunities to be able to go to school and further our, you know, education, become better people. So my two favorite people in, you know, African American history that I like to read and to talk about is Malcolm X and Huey P. Newton. The next question is, who is your favorite African American author and why? Okay, I have two on that one as well. The first one is Alice Walker. If you do not know who Alice Walker is, she is the writer of The Color Purple. She also won a Pulitzer Prize for that. Also, about a little background on Alice Walker is she was very heavily involved in the civil rights movements of the 60s. She actually participated in the 1963 March on Washington. My current favorite author is, and y'all, this is straight, honest truth, because you know I don't give you no bullshit over here. Right now, my favorite author is James Caldwell. James Caldwell, our very own YouTuber, James Caldwell. What I love about James is he's able to take monumental events out of his life and tell a story so well that it's as if you can relive whatever it is that he's talking about with him through his words. He's able to bring to life a book simply by the way that he writes it. You know, he has a style of his own, and as I'm like right now I'm currently reading Loving Topaz, and that's a part of a series, because I think it's like Loving Topaz, Learning Topaz, Loving Topaz. He also has a few other books. I know one is I saw on the website that I'm gonna try to get next is Between the Pews is one, and another one is Boys Like Me. But anyway, like I was saying, he has a way, even in his reviews, he has a way of saying, of telling a story, and it's as if you can actually step into that time period or that era in his life or whoever he's talking about, and you can see this as he's telling the story. Even when you read his books, it's as if you're taken to that moment in time where he is, and I just love that, you know. He has a coin phrase that I absolutely love, and it has become I read it every day because it's a part of me. And the saying is, I strive to be as open as I can, as real as I feel, and as revealing as I dare. And that's the philosophies I use when I come on this channel and talk to you all about my life. And it's also how I live my life every day now. You know, I can only be me. But right now, I would say my favorite author of the past would be Alice Walker. And currently, it's James Caldwell. Okay, moving right along. Who is your favorite African-American entertainer you learned about in school? Sidney Poitier. Sidney Poitier had excellent acting skills, and he was able to use that to provide a positive representation of African Americans, as well as Ossie Davis. So those are my two favorites. The next question would be, who do you think is carrying the torch for current civil rights movements and affairs? I would say currently we still have the Reverend Al Sharpton. You know, he's ever present whenever there's an issue, especially with social injustices. Also, Tommy Sotomayor. I know a lot of people don't like Tommy because they get caught up in the delivery of the message. But my thing is, fuck the delivery. Did you get the message? Tommy loves his people. You know, I think he's of Haitian and black descent. But he really does love his people, and he adores black women. He just don't like the fact that we have somehow, you know, allowed this commercialism and, you know, everything to really tarnish who we really are, because we are descendants of kings and queens. Kings and queens don't do a lot of the stuff that us as African Americans do. So, although he is a comedian and he does, you know, his delivery is raw sometimes, if you take the time to actually listen to what he's saying, you'll understand that this man is really a crusader for his people. It's just that, you know, people oftentimes get caught up in how he delivers his message. But once again, I say, fuck the delivery. Did you get the message? Another person is Robert Perkins. You guys may know him on YouTube as the revolutionary with the tattoo. I actually am Facebook friends with him, and I follow him. Robert is very socially aware, And like Tommy, sometimes his delivery is a little raw. But if you get the true meaning behind what he's saying, he's for the upliftment of his people as well. And I think, y'all, that may be the end of the tag. I encourage anybody who is doing Jumpstart January, because we still got, another today and tomorrow. I encourage you to do this. I'm going to try my best to put these these questions in the link below. The panel section below, so that if anybody that's a part of the Jumpstart January crew would like to do them, then they will be available for you. It originally came from Buzzworthy TV. She made this up for the Jumpstart January theme for this week, which is Black History Month. I also encourage any of the YouTubers, as we enter Black History Month, to at least dedicate at least one of your videos this month to educating, or just having a general discussion about someone in Black history. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be your mama, it could be your daddy, it could be somebody well known. It doesn't matter, but just take the time out in between all the other videos we do for entertainment purposes or whatnot, and do a little segment on someone in Black history, someone who has touched your life in some kind of way. And like I said, that can be anyone. It could be a family member or someone that is widely recognized. Okay. I think that's all I had to say. I never put anything with my tag videos. I keep them separate. So till the next video, which will be in the news and shit, I'm coming up with that right after this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos. And until the next time, you all have a blessed night.